Imagine if somebody came up to you and said, "And you could be a whole lot more beautiful." Now, you might be a little bit offended, but it happens every day. A lot. Every day. "And you over there, you could be a whole lot more manly. We're really disappointed in how macho you are. You're weak, and we've decided to try to help you for the low cost of a brand new pickup. But if you can't afford that, there are other alternatives to being macho. A variety of payment plans, including either your lungs or your liver." Okay, maybe that's extreme. But even if you turn off the TV, the internet, and close the newspapers, books, and magazines, you're still being barraged by thousands of images. Philosopher Kenneth Burke was really disturbed by whether or not humans were controlling the signs or the signs controlling the humans. It really seems to come down to a matter of perspective. There are a lot of things that we consider signs, and we can interpret them however we want. But then there are the more obvious messages that fill an obvious need. Some signs just ask for money. And other signs, well, just ask for money. And then there are those signs and symbols that work on a deeper level. Desire. Our own desires. If you buy the right product, well, then you can become that person you've always wanted to be. What goes on behind a sign, or what constitutes a successful sign? We have to go below the surface and see what's really happening. And we'll go back to linguist Ferdinand de Saussure. He says, and this is simplified, but that a symbol is just a symbol until we make it a sign. Like if you were just to see this Burger King and you didn't know anything about it, well, you might not be so interested. To Saussure, this symbol is just a signifier, just sitting there waiting for the signified, which is what you conjure in your head when you see the sign. And maybe right there you just saw why some people would say, "I don't like what Burger King signifies." But for the most part, they have created a successful sign.
A business without a sign is a sign of no business. One of the most powerful billboards is probably the lotto, because the total changes every day. They've got electronics built into it, so every Wednesday and Saturday when somebody doesn't win Powerball, the total goes up.
This is a powerful little ball, so loaded with significance that even the kids who aren't old enough to play it know it.
Powerball, maybe?
Oh my gosh, Elizabeth!
Oh, the lottery, the Powerball?
Correct.
Jeez. Oh my goodness.
On page 163 of the third edition of the book Reading Culture, it says, "Advertisers depend on the fact that we all already know a great deal about the messages that images convey. They're counting on the public being able to read very quickly a few generalized images as they speed down the highway." All right, let's take a cruise, and I'm going to show you a small part of a much bigger image. You'll have 5 seconds to look at the small part of the bigger image, and then after that, I'll reveal to you what you're looking at. But see if you can guess just by this little bit. There are several of these in a row. Here we go. All right, stop. How did you do? The honest answer is, even if you knew all the symbols, who's to say that's a good thing? And if you didn't know them, well, you might be better off than the rest of us. But here's some comforting words from critic and author Raymond Williams. He says culture is ordinary.
Starbucks coffee chick.
So correct.
It's what happens
Street. This one?
Starbucks.
when people share experiences and lives. They create common
You
meaning.
recognize it?
Starbucks.
And apparently we create a lot of that meaning over coffee.
Are you addicted?
I love Starbucks.
So then I took a different commute. The one to my hometown of Walden, Colorado. Population 800-ish, maybe? Their commute is entirely different. They would probably know this isn't a large deformed horse. I started by quizzing the sheriff and a former teacher at the post office.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe it's post office or something. I won't pay $4 for a cup of coffee. That's why I didn't know that one.
No clue.
Then I quizzed the teachers and students at my alma mater, North Park High School.
How about this one? Do you know? You all three can guess.
I have no idea.
You know.
Oh, it's Starbucks.
Dude, I know. Huh?
Oh, I should know that.
Okay, to be fair, one person did get it.
That's Starbucks.
Oh, yes! one to nothing to nothing.
But it was clear the whole logo thing was a flop
You're wasting your time here.
until I got back to my classroom in Denver.
Starbucks! I said that!
Or Starbucks.
Who got it first?
Everyone.
I
Okay.
said it before it came.
So it's marketing 101. You get a logo, doesn't matter what it is. You just need to spark that image of people's wants and desires, and bam, a successful sign. I started thinking what would be good in Walden. Without a Starbucks to hang out in, you watch the Broncos. Since I figured it's like a religious symbol up there and they'd probably see it enough on TV, I pulled out the old logo.
This one's tough. Oh, I'm gonna have
Broncos!
I had one guy.
Broncos.
Dude, you are so right. Okay, this one.
Denver Broncos.
Good job!
Somebody's blowing that out their mouth. I don't know.
You don't know?
That's a different. No
The
clue.
city folk came back strong in the fast food department.
He's like a very. Oh, KFC guy.
Sweet.
That's the Colonel's.
KFC!
So no matter where you live, the power of images is inescapable.
Any of you?
The road curves.
There's a road.
And our shared environment and experience creates common meaning.
Holy moly.
Okay, good or bad, we're blasted by images every day. Sometimes they're selling a beauty product. Sometimes they're sharing an ideal. But the point is whenever you see it, look behind it and be more aware of what's going on in your own environment. Because after all, it's making you who you are.
How about this? You know this?
Target, perhaps.
That could be anything.
That's pretty tough.
Coca-Cola or something.
About 50 years ago, Raymond Williams summed it up, well, perfectly. One thing seems quite evident. Knowing the strategies used by the people who work at creating and shaping our desire is important. Then we can make more rational decisions and avoid manipulation. The person who is a slave to fashion is often also a slave to his or her own emotions. Emotions that can be manipulated. But escape is possible. So you make the escape, and then you decide what it is to be a man, a woman, what is macho, or what to you is truly beautiful.
Even if it's Starbucks?
You don't like him? Or you don't like the Rockies?